Hello. And now you're muted. Why?
Maybe the computer like it, but I'm more. I mean, if I'm a yellow square, the computer might think that I'm okay to talk. But if I'm
You
a full
cannot talk with your
person, then the computer might like just doubt that. Like, should I let this person, this thing, talk? Okay, so we are back to reality. We are back to reality after the dream.
We're no longer happy people.
So good morning, everyone. It's Monday right now,
It's Monday, yes.
4th of October.
It doesn't mean anything to me, but yes, it's Monday. Well, I just finished the project and finally
Which project?
the circles, the one that with the choirs, and they were singing with the phone.
So do they have like a performance already?
Like last night was a performance.
Ah, cool. Was it good? I mean, there's any recording or any?
I think so. There will be a documentation. I don't know how it's going to be shown, like when. I have no idea, but I can send you videos later. But to be honest,
yes, that'll be nice. That'll be nice to see.
The most interesting thing for me was that, so it was in an open space, like a square, because there are like choir members lining up as circles. So they had the big space.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they decided to block the view with a fence, like a construction site fence.
All around the square.
Or around the square with like a blank banner. So it's like it's like my banner, but nothing is printed. Right. And it's like all over, like only one side is open. So that's the side that people can come in, but others, so we had a wall basically. And what's so funny is because you hear the sound from the outside, because like acoustically it's not blocked, and they're singing. So people are so curious, and they come to see between the fences to check out what's happening. And this was like hilarious. Like I was just watching people like trying to peek from outside. That was a nice performance.
What I don't understand is like, did people need to pay for a ticket to get in?
No, it's free, but you have to do
like
reservation.
I mean, did this like closing the square did really add something specific to the performance?
I don't think so. I have no idea. It might be that there are some underage singers, so they don't want to be like photographed randomly.
But once you are in, you can photograph. So.
I don't know if because I didn't check what they say at the entrance, so maybe they said no photography, no videos, because it's, I mean, as a performance, I think it's nice if it's photographed and uploaded for publicity, but at the same time there are kids who should not be photographed without consent. I mean, it's a bit tricky thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, say for adults, which I actually found interesting, like, for example, if you go to like Maker Faire, this kind of event, like hacker, like big event in North America, they usually have like not acknowledgement, like notice at the entrance that people will be taking photos. So, you can't stop it. You as you enter, you consent that you will be like in the picture somehow.
Perhaps.
Yeah. But for example, at CCC, like CCC, Chaos Communication Congress in Germany, which is like the biggest hacker congress in Europe.
That was the place that you met Matthias for the first time, right?
We didn't meet, I think. We were there, but we didn't meet.
Yeah, because at some point then I was asking how you guys met, and he told me I think that was the first time you guys met. Really? I mean, or somehow that he knew about you or somehow.
Yeah, because I did a talk, which happened thanks to Jan. Anyways, So yeah, I presented, but the policy is that no photography, like photography that if you take a photo, you cannot take anyone in like in the frame. Like you can take a photo of like a, how do you say, like installation or some kind of object, but no people in the photo,
Right.
which I found kind of interesting. There's this difference.
Yeah. Maybe I mean, I wanted to talk about these application things, because so we got so one application that we did that was quite a procedure, was on the fly.
Oh
and
yeah,
that,
there's a lot of
that
text.
application was very it was very specific, and Naoto took care of that. And he was proposing in that you proposed, so in that application we wanted to work with Floor basically, right? So the three of us trying to work in between a practice or practice, and then the practice that you guys have. I will call it a practice because I think it's a practice what you have with Floor, and in the sense of sharing knowledge, because you guys have experience of these workshops that sometimes you give as part of festivals of things. So I thought it was a nice, well-written application, and was anyway a nice process as a first official try it out to get funding to work together with Floor. But so we didn't got it. Olivia Jack got it. So maybe we can say something after. What I was surprised, and actually just reflect this that I'm trying to underline, is that the application made the process so difficult for other people to apply that less than 80 applications applied. And I was surprised because I compared that with the process of Silverstrad. There is another application that we did with Naoto, which was specifically for a prize in Belgium that is not necessarily related to people who are based in Belgium. Somehow I think they should have some connection with Belgium, but people from all over the world, they could work. And they could apply for being selected to compete on February 4, 22 to get the prize. So we got noticed last week that we were not selected. We didn't pass the 20 selected, and I was a bit kind of angry, thinking like, but why we didn't select it? I thought it was a good application, and also I think our practice, I thought like we should have been selected to compete, because just to compete for this prize. But then after I checked the number, and it's close to 800 applications. And then I thought like, okay. Then I mean, then I was like, okay, I could be okay with it. I still want to find out if there are some filters, because if I understand well, I think there is some filter from which they are selecting some applications also. They did not make the cut to being performing. In the email, they say that they will publish the applicants.
That's
But I think
crazy,
it
right?
might, yeah.
I also read it and was like, what? Like, so they basically in the catalog, they will list all the applications. I mean, the title and name, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, but no, but that's what I'm thinking, because if I understood also before, like, and also in the application, that's what I'm thinking, that I will get that information. This is the second time that I apply with this. I think Joe also applied with the Moody and excitement research. I guess this year he should have applied as the excitement research. The last time was like with the Moody. In the application for there was very clear that you will not get any notification if you are not selected. So what my assumption here is, because also it happened in the past that we did not get any information when this passed, is that there should have been some cut of people that are going to be selected for being part of the publication, because otherwise, as you mentioned, just the applicants of 800 applications is just a lot for a booklet. But these are my assumptions based on also the experience that I have the last trial with Joe, and the notification, the clear and bold letters that they say like don't be surprised, like you won't get notified if you're not selected.
which is like technically it's not that hard. They have the list, so just like send emails to them. But anyways, there are some
But like for me, I just want to see like I will feel more comfortable. Say that from 800 applications, we didn't make the cut of, I don't know, 50. 50 out of like these 800, they select 50, and from these 50, they select just 20. And from different reasons, then they can say like, okay, this 20. Also because you have to say specified what is your tech writer, this kind of things for the space. It was quite clear in the application.
Okay.
There
are a few things I wanted to say, like in the application process, not as an applicant, but like this whole process. Actually, so in the past, like when I applied for some things like big, like, let's say there's 1,000 applications, and then I got notification that I was not selected, but I was in a short list, for example. Like, so they filter like 100 of them, and then they choose. And also like really strange notification I got was I think it was some kind of residency or like some kind of prize, I don't know, but they said they actually wrote to me by post, like mail, like physical letter, that I was not selected, but I was the second one. No, I was the second one, but they only choose one person, so you are not selected, something like that. This was really strange. And then
I think in this process of applications, it makes a difference, like for you as an applicant, that you get some notification, like because you're taking the time to do that. And I'm saying more, let's say when there are many applicants, I guess maybe it's different if it's just, so I think if they have some kind of cuts, they should have some kind of cuts from 1,000 applications to just 20, right?
Yeah.
So if they have some filters, that would be interesting if they let you know, because in that way you understand also how was your performance.
And also, like, if you go like even further, I had this conversation with Lisa Para before, that because she applies for like things, but also she is a jury, like she's part of like, what is it called? Movement research? Is that the one in New York?
Movement research. Yeah.
I think so. And she's like around there, like she's sometimes like part of the jury. And basically what she suggests is like, you should just ask, if you're not selected, just ask them why you're not selected. And sometimes they actually answer like some comments from the juries. So that maybe we should start doing it, because I think it's kind of interesting.
I mean, it depends, for instance, like there are some applications that I don't really care, like for instance this thing in Norway, they haven't get back to us, which is super strange because it's happening in November. So I'm not really interested in like and then saying like something or asking, but in something like Strat, there is a prize that I'm more interested to start applying to these prizes. I want to know something about it.
I see.
That would be interesting for me.
Also, there was like nice how to say follow up. I think it was from Baby Castles. It's also like it's like a residence art center around gaming in New York, and I applied once for like online remote residency, and then they wrote to me back that I wasn't selected, but there's another round. And like there was like basically they had too many applications, and even like good ones couldn't make it. So just even if it's the same application, just try it again, because we will consider it again. So that's nice comment. And I feel that it's always difficult for the juries. I mean, right, like now with all this internet I mean, online stuff, it's just sometimes they cannot handle all the applications, basically.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. Like also because I mean, the idea and somehow, the idea is like I want to be more performative in these things.
True.
Without losing.
We also talked about this, like, applications I think it was not recorded, but like we kind of getting better at this practice, and we're like using this as an opportunity to exercise the writing and collaboration.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, now that was quite some back in time. And now that I think also, for instance, in relation to dance, this is like a dance auditions.
I see.
It's like, because an audition as a dancer, normally, I mean, yeah, that's not true in Belgium. But like, let's say, like, you know, you're supposed, or as an actor, I guess, I think as an actor happens more, even in Hollywood. Like, yeah, people have to do auditions and then pass through these auditions. No matter if you are Brad Pitt, or you need to do these auditions. I think yeah, it's more the case in acting. So then you have this exercise, and you have the whole emotion of like, am I be selected or not? You know, will this work or not? Yeah,
I see. And then if I want to make coming back to what you said at first, like, so on the fly, it was like a lot of text that we have to write.
yeah.
And I remember Matthias was saying, so the one I applied for, Matthias, you know, what Matthias organized in Austria, in Alps this
And
summer.
there was an application for following that.
So that retreat had an application.
Oh, I didn't.
And I don't know how many people were there, like 20 of us, like around, were selected. But basically, Matthias was saying that actually he took inspiration from this baby castles from New York, that the application is like really short. Like there are a few questions, but you don't have to write, you know, 2,000 characters. You can just write in, you know, one sentence or something. And there's even like a question at the end, you know, like, did you like finish this application in 1 hour, or did it take more? Because the idea is that he didn't want people to take too much time writing the application. Okay. So that not only the ones who can write a lot can get the opportunity, but people who usually don't write can also try it and, you know, get in, because that makes more diversity, basically. And I think it worked well in that case.
Okay.
I talked with him about it after I was selected. Yeah. And also like, for example, the gender balance of this application was quite like equal, I think, because I was also curious, you know, like I was asking Matthias, like, did you have to, like, because in the selected ones, I think they're more or less like 50-50, male and female. I don't know about other kind of gender, but in this case, but I asked him, you know, did you try to balance it? But he was like, well, like it seemed like they chose the, you know, the short list, for example, and it was already kind of had a good balance. So they didn't have to really pick, you know, who's coming from where, who's male, who's female. These things didn't have to consider too much, which is kind of interesting. Although they had to say that they have to limit to people from Europe, because they didn't have budget to fly people in from South America, for example. Although there's one guy who was participating from online.
Yeah, true. You told me, yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to do something with him, because he's doing kind of funny stuff that I really like. He's basically, during the camp, he was making this like avatar of everyone, but not as a like a body, but it's a laptop. So it's like Olivia, like it's not cursor, but everyone's. So he collected everyone's screenshot of the desktop, and basically they put this into this 3D model of a laptop. And he made this kind of gathering of laptops as a virtual camp.
Funny.
Some nice projects. He's also from Colombia, I think. I don't know where he's based in.
So, well, so now we are back in Belgium. I mean, in our houses. This is
not yet.
you're in Stuttgart.
I'm in
Where
the
are you?
hotel
Where?
in Stuttgart.
Ah, you have to go there. I thought you didn't have to go all the way there.
No, I'm yeah, this project is in Stuttgart, and today I still have some time, so I'm really chill. But I'm going back to Cologne.
Okay, and then you have, when are you have to go back to Belgium?
Oh, for the Antwerp project.
Yeah.
It's like end of October. I think it's like 22 or 23. But meantime, I think we'll have like another like a less than a week, but like a virtual work session, and then we'll meet there physically, finish the project, and I'll be flying to Japan.
Yes. And in Japan, you will be busy?
We'll see. I think not so much. There are only like two things in my mind that I have to do besides I go back to home. One is the planning for the exhibition next year.
Yeah.
And another thing is that I'm going to this performing art and media art center somewhere in the countryside.
The YMCA.
No, YCAM, YCAM, right? YMCA. That's a good one. I didn't think about it actually. Yeah.
It looks like YMCA. That's why I guess I should have said like YMCA.
True.
Y camp.
YCAM.
Yes.
Yamaguchi Center for Art and Media. Anyways, and I hope that we can do something with you in Motion Bank.
That I think so. I sent an email to Florian last Monday. Oh, he's not answering yet, but I mean, I don't have a rush now. I understand how things the process. I mean, he just need to answer something, and it doesn't matter if he answered now, next week. But if his next week is not answering, I guess I have to send him another email.
Yeah, because it's less than a month already.
Yeah, to sign the contract. I need to sign the contract. And I start filing for the apartment and these kind of things.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of bureaucracy.
Exactly. But
it's going to be exciting. And then we soon have CCL.
Yeah, that will be 2021. Yeah, man, there's so much things happening.
22.
I don't want to talk too much about too many things. It seems there are so many things like almost per day I'm receiving things. Like somebody proposed me some kind of like working in Trovolinja and Faure for 4 years, like the last week. When I was on the train going to do this light gig, that also went in this new place in Ghent that is very specific, and this with these light designers from Leipzig. There is a possibility to work with them, and they do different things worldwide. So much, man. so much that I have to think. So now I'm at home and it's good. Yes.
And we have to make the business plan.
We made the business plan already.
No, like the packages. Like we have to publish the packages and send
some kind of website. Yeah, we have to put some kind of thing. And also, what I think really, because there is no rush in that, but I think something we really have to do as we can is we need to create some email or something that like a template that we can send to the Rio and Impulse Dance, for instance. Somebody, who else, like Daniel Gabla and the Kunsten Festival. Yeah, this kind of things, basically about the hybrid performance, I think.
Right. It's in the list of the hybrid doc for some time, I think.
Yeah, we have to do that. That one, I think that we have to do that like in the coming weeks.
Because we have interesting documentation from IDOC-DE and also from PAF. So
PAF, yeah. So
we have to think about it.
Yeah, and yeah, also because these things. So I guess now is the time they will start slowly to start checking who are they going to invite to these
Right.
festivals, and those things are not open calls, right?
Right. Yeah, we should make a list of important people who to
Yeah, yeah,
invite
yeah.
to these things. That's
Exactly.
also a thing.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
have no, we don't have. We only have the list for invitation for the chat. We have
Chat.
to we have to do this again too. Like we have to think about who to invite. Like for example, Annie, we didn't follow up.
Annie,
So
yeah, Annie. What the fuck is happening with Annie? I'm already pissed off with her. Like, what is happening, Annie? Annie's one of the persons who will always like my media and stuff. Like, she always, it thinks she's following up what we do, and she shares out in her social media. There's
nice.
like her first person that we want to invite. It always like we say like, let's invite Annie, but I think you have to contact her again.
Yeah, we'll do. I'll do. But it's just like so busy these days, so I completely forgot about it. But we'll do it. Annie and maybe Olivia Jack. She's also funny person to invite
And
to the
then
chat.
we show like the Olivia, so the Olivia exists.
I know. I met her.
Olivia's a real person. It's not only a character.
I think. But I never met Annie, so I don't know if she really exists. I never met Flor.
Really? You haven't met Annie?
No, I don't think so. No. So that's like we have this list of virtual people. Like Annie is one of the virtual people. I met Lisa and Daniel from they are collaborators, so I know them. And I know Olivia exists. I don't know if Flor exists or not. We'll see next year.
Yeah, I hope she will.
What if it just like a laptop arrives?
Maybe Flor is just it's a bot from Olivia.
Yeah, it's just like a laptop, and I have to work with
Maybe
a laptop.
will be like maybe will be so. Then when you're meeting her somewhere, then it's just Olivia walking, and then she sits and she opens the laptop. But you know what would be the funny thing is like she just don't say anything, even hello to you, anything. She just sits, open the laptop, and she start drinking a coffee or something, and then Flori is like, "Hey, Naoto."
We'll see. That might happen.
Oh, that's so like for a plot for a movie. Like that's so good plot for a movie. And this character Olivia, she's just sitting, she crossed her legs and started smoking a cigarette with a coffee or something.
Oh my gosh.
And then you try to say something like to Olivia, and Olivia, shh. She just keeps on smoking.
Oh my gosh. So that's one thing. I don't know. That might happen next year. And yeah, we're looking for more people to have in the chat, either real or virtual people.
Really? Are we? There's so much people that we have just to like contact. This list is endless. That's just something that is giving me a headache. We need to start like taking people like really to talk with some of these people.
Yeah.
Or just like.
But the other idea I had, I don't know if this was in the chat, but like we could also contact people from like podcasts, like doing already some podcasts, not like because I'm saying it because then it's good for publicity, and it's also good for like planning because they might have regular schedule, so it's easier than scheduling with people who don't do this kind of activity. They know the drill.
Yeah. True.
And I already found like interesting podcast. I don't know if it's directly related, but we'll see. We should find like this. I found this kind of queer craft open source podcast through the Creative Commons conference, which sounds really interesting. I haven't checked their episodes yet, but just watching them talking was quite interesting, and we'll see.
Yes, that sounds fun. Yeah. Daniela, we have to invite Daniela out for a podcast.
Ah, yeah.
Daniela version. I will see her in a PAF meeting at 12.
I see. Ah, okay, so the spring meeting is done. Like it was until the last weekend, or?
Yeah. It was until Sunday, I guess. And Sunday, I think Saturday is the last day, and Sunday is just cleaning performance. Everybody saying goodbye, and I guess
Makes
doing the
sense.
play for them. I left on the day after you.
Right.
That day was nice. That day was nice, and yeah, the house was getting crazy and more crazy. So I think, yeah, we have like this massive party, like in the cave. There was, I guess, many people didn't have the chance to be together in a place like that. There was a lot of excitement happening. Yeah, it was crazy. Like I woke up at some point. I go to bed around, say, 3:30, something like that. I woke up at 7, and then I'm checking and doing cleaning up a bit, like the food and stuff like this. And then I see like there's still like 5 people talking, like from yeah. And at the same time, then people who wake up in the morning for Felix, Eric, like you see these fresh faces, and those who just standing kind of like these zombies. They're talking.
Healthy people and unhealthy people.
Exactly, that was the feeling I got. And me, I was in between. I felt in between.
Yeah.
Because I just took a shower, but still I was tired, and
Nice. So what else? I mean, I have time, so I'm really easy, but I guess maybe we can go to backstage.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can close the backstage
and talk about bad things about people. We don't do that. You don't do that so
that's
much.
true. That's true. We don't do that so much. That's not happening. That's not true. All right. So thank you for watching. We are back. So this is real life. Ciao.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and please comment. Comment what?
Yes.
What comments
we like comments. We like comments.
Is there a theme or just run? Okay, ciao.